Ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you back to another Let's Play. This time, once again, we are headed back into the Sonic Origins collection because after Sonic CD and all that fun stuff, I did mention I'd probably do a Game Gear game here and there, and I think today is a good day to start the Sonic the Hedgehog Game Gear series. Basically, I'm going to be going through the mainline Game Gear games for each individual Let's Play. Not really looking forward to this one, but we're going to start things off with Sonic's first foray onto the portable Game Gear. Game Gear version is a port of the Genesis game, which the Game Gear port is a smaller version of the Sega Master System version, which I know a lot of people bitched about online, but you know, we're just going to take things from here. Ladies and gentlemen, the 1991 classic on the Sega Game Gear, Sonic the Hedgehog. I pushed the wrong button. Let's go ahead through South Island as we begin with our first zone, Green Hill, the classic Green Hill that you know and love. And look, Sonic's all tiny and shit. Look, we got the rings, the life count on the bottom left, and he doesn't have a nose in this version for one reason or another. And that's a couple of things you would need to know about this one. You saw me take some damage with the ring, as I quote, ring flying away without the ability to collect it. You can't do that in the Game Gear games, not until Sonic Chaos, which is the third one here in the main line, I believe. Is either Sonic Chaos or Triple Trouble, one of the two. But you're going through Green Hill, invincibility. We're gonna go fast here. Woo, baby. But yeah. Has most of the stages of... there we go. Most of the stages that you will be playing through in this one, I think three of the original six. Green Hill, Labyrinth, and Scrap Brain on this are on this version. But there are three new zones in this game. Jungle, Skybase, and Bridge. We will get to those. I didn't mention the correct order, but you know, we'll get to it when we get to it. Past the goalpost with 50 rings, you are granted access to the special stage. You'll know you'll have it when the exclamation point appears on the goalpost. Contrary to the 16-bit counterpart, their Chaos Emeralds in this one are not located in the special stages. They are located within the levels themselves. In this case, the first Chaos Emerald is located in Green Hill Zone Act 2. You have to find each Chaos Emerald, 6 in total. One is located in each zone. Get all 6, you get the good ending. And the box that you saw me break with the CONT that says Cont, and please, you know, all that fun stuff, but it grants you a continue. That's how you get them in the game here. And most of the time, the goalpost at the end will be Robotnik's face. You lose all your lives. The continue will grant you 3 lives for your next run. Lose all of your continues. You're back at the end of the beginning of the game. Green Hill Zone Act 2 coming up. Nice little sound effect each time you take a hit. And the classic shield is back. So basically all the power-ups. There is speed shoes in this version as well. It wasn't Act 1. I just didn't bother getting it. If I go straight to the left here, we got ourselves a free guy. Up to 5 guys now. Not the burgers, although they're really good, but really fucking expensive now. The best way to travel in this game is by rolling off an edge of a cliff, especially underwater. Because otherwise you're just going slow and such, and it's not really fun at all. Beautiful. Helps to avoid the spikes up top. You got your springs. Yeah, 5 free guys. Checkpoint. That monitor with the down arrow is basically your goalpost of the game. You hit one of those, and it basically is your checkpoint. Now, you want to make your way upwards here, but before you hit this spring, to find the Chaos Emerald, we have to go through the left, 1 waterfall down to the left, down the 2nd waterfall, and the Chaos Emerald is here. You get that nice little jingle each time you collect a Chaos Emerald. And now we're just going to have to make our way back up. Not a big deal. Not a big deal. Woo. Alrighty. Now we take this spring up here to go up top. Grab the rings. You want to try to go to special stages as much as you can because, again, like I mentioned, this is where the continues are. Getting lives and additional on top of that. And each time you go inside of a bonus stage, your ring bonus increases by like, hello. Each time you hit a bonus room, your ring bonus increases by 100. So in the very beginning, it said, you know, ring bonus, whatever, times 100. In the second one, it'll be like whatever times 200, whatever times 300, 400, 500, and so on and so forth. You just keep going through. And I think they cycle after 4 or 5, and they just cycle the same ones over with just, instead of 2 minutes, you end up having a 1 minute time limit. So yeah, we have 2. Ooh, watch out. Yeah, these bumpers here, they will send your ass left and right. This really doesn't control like the Genesis counterpart, and so it's like you really have to get used to it. There's our second continue box right here, which is nice. Now I can just go play a little balancing act here because if you want to get a lot of rings, especially in this section, you have to bounce off of these bumpers here. So I'm going to try to do a little balancing act for everybody here. See if I can continue grabbing some of these rings. Hello. And some of these are a little bit tricky. Let me get that free guy. Beautiful. So I ended up getting 2. 1 for getting 100 rings, and another for getting that extra life box. Beautiful. Green Hill Zone Act 3. You saw a Robotnik fly. Come down here. Free guy. Little secret in case you didn't know. But yeah, we're just going to come on through here and face the first Eggman battle on the Sega Game Gear. Really pathetic too because of what's known as the screen crunch. If I wanted to, I could just hit Robotnik 8 times right now and just destroy him. But I'm going to let him see what he does first. Because what he does, he moves back and forth, back and forth. Then he goes down a little bit. There you go. And then he charges at you. Ladder, rinse, repeat. In the Master System version, there is no way you could do this on Robotnik. This is purely the screen crunch is the reason why you can do that. Probably one of, if not the easiest Dr. Robotnik fight in the entire series. Trying to think of any other Robotnik fights that are easier than that. And the first of 3 new zones for the port here. This is Bridge Zone. Basically a nice little platforming section, and the Chaos Emerald is located in Act 1. A little further along, but we will get to it when we get to it. It's clearly visible, so it's not like it's being sneaky about it. That's how it works for most of the emeralds until you get to like the last 2. For the most part, they are hidden in plain sight. You may have to finesse your way to getting them a little bit. There we go. Hit the checkpoint here. Take the top route because basically the bottom route just leads you to a bunch of water and death and all that stuff. And that's never fun. You want to wait here for this platform to arrive. Another thing about the screen crunch is that you're going to be making a lot of jumps and leaps of faith. If you're playing this for the first time, especially the Game Gear version, yeah, I could see a game overing quite a bit because unless you know the level layout by hand or unless you play this growing up, you know, it can be a little difficult sometimes, especially later levels. Free guy. Beautiful. Another thing too, you see that my life counter is at 9, but it does go up past. So you can, if I have like 10 or 11 or 12, it'll show soon. But you saw the Chaos Emerald here on the bottom. What you need to do to get this one is you need to jump on this, let it fall down like that, and then just right before about halfway through, jump and grab it. Beautiful. And that's the end of the level. Careful though, if you do go get 100 rings, the counter goes back to 0 and it'll ring up like it's just reset or anything like that. Two minutes for special stage 3, and yep, every 50,000 points, unlike its 16-bit counterpart, you do gain a free guy. So that's always helpful, and I think it's done that for all the Game Gear series. Beautiful. So this one seems relatively simple. You just have to time and bounce your way through. Woo! Yeah, you don't want to get caught up with these bumpers too much, because what's going to happen is you're going to end up flying. Because you build up speed like that, and then you end up flying, you lose control, and before you know it, you're either at the very beginning of the stage, or you're tossed to the very end without any... Thank you. Without any way back. Because once you get past a certain point here, that's it. You can't go back. Bridge Zone Act 2. If you had a shield at the end of the last act, you do carry it with you into the next one, which is also nice. Also not in the 16-bit game as either. So this nice little port here has this little nice benefits and stuff like that, just because, you know, it's maybe 8-bit, may not look as fancy or as beautiful as the 16-bit version. I do enjoy the music in this. I enjoy the backgrounds. I enjoy the 8-bit renditions. Well, I think Green Hill's the only one that maintains the same, besides like the invincibility music and all that. But the soundtrack in this game, the original soundtrack, I love. I mean, Bridge Zone is beautiful. Labyrinth, what they switched that to is a nice little upbeat version of it. We'll get to Labyrinth later on, but it's beautiful. It's really good. Like, I really do enjoy it. It's like Sonic is known for having a kick-ass soundtrack with this series, you know, despite the games being hit or miss. But, you know, I can't say bad things about the music. And it's just music of my childhood. Now, I missed that up top, but that's okay. I can take these platforms to go up top. If you try sticking, well, actually, you know what? Nope. Okay, cool. I was about to say I was gonna be dead. If I take too long here, if I don't get up top quick enough, that waterfall is death. Ah, free guy in the bottom. Just jump and hold the jump button. Boom. There you go. Sweet. There we go, Mr. Buzz Bomber. And I don't think... Wait, if I destroy an enemy, do they have the animals inside of them? I didn't really notice. Well, I'm not going to try to hit that because that bridge falls apart. So is this one. If you try going too fast, the bridge crumbles and you end up dying. It's got me a couple of times when I was first playing this. First got through the Game Gear titles basically via the Sonic Adventure DX collection on the Nintendo GameCube. After a certain number of emblems, like 20 emblems, you unlock a Game Gear game. And that's how I was able to experience pretty much all the Game Gear titles for the first time. Except 2, but that's for another story for another time. Ooh, baby, okay. That's one. Now, Ooh, no, I missed it. I missed it. I was trying to hit the bumper. It's just like, can I have enough? But nope. But yeah, that was a little continue box. At least I got a free guy out of it, so it's not completely terrible. 400 points for each ring. With another free guy on top. Up to 13 now, which is great. Bridge Zone Act 3, turn left, free guy. All right. And for this boss here, what you want to do is run all the way here first. All right, so the boss is coming up here. The easiest way to do it, just hold down. Never let go. Now, break the animal prison, set everything free, and we're done with the level. Jungle Zone, the second of 3 new zones of the game, and we're going to continue with Jungle Zone in the next one. So until then, do like to thank you guys for watching. Hope you have yourselves a fantabulous day. Love, peace, and chicken grease. Good night.